Welcome to the Silhouettes of Success podcast with your host, successful entrepreneur, broker, and business mentor, Amber Weitzer. Because success comes in all shapes, sizes, and styles, the Silhouettes of Success podcast is shining the light on industrious women with a collection of curated conversations of intentional inspiration designed to inspire your heart, ignite your mind, feed your soul, and gift you with actionable insights directly from inspirational, everyday women who've shown tenacity, grit, and grace, having taken on the challenges in their lives and business and won. Remarkable, down-to-earth, and relatable, Amber and her guests will share with you uplifting and extraordinary real-life success stories, motivational ideas that just might help spark something within you. With the deepest desire to serve you, help you grow so you can begin to shine the light that will illuminate your very own silhouette of success. So, let's get to it.
Hello and welcome to the Amber Weitzer podcast, Silhouettes of Success. It is episode 32, and it is you and I today going solo. Today's podcast episode title is Do It Your Way. This is a near and dear topic to me. And a couple weeks ago, fairly recently, a friend of mine challenged me to think back for a project to my 12-year-old self. And we've all gotten the questions, what do you want to be when you grow up? And we've all thought about, some of you can answer it. Some of us, raising my hand, are not able to answer that, even maybe to this day. Some of the, so as I looked through the assignment and looked through her message, the homework teasers read something like this. Think back about what did I want to be at that age and what did I want to be when I grew up? So this was going to take some serious negotiating with myself to sit down and reflect backwards. You see, there's some bumps and bruises in that rearview mirror. So after sifting through a mixture of emotions followed by a sudden curiosity, I decided to go for it. Own it. It's part of the woman I became. It's who I am today. But there's that struggle, I guess, within, because so many of us, if you have a business coach or a personal coach, or you are following certain motivators or influencers or speakers or anybody that really inspires you, there's a saying that the windshield is large for a reason because you're moving forward, and the rearview mirror of your vehicle is small for a reason because you don't really want to look backwards. So again, there's that internal struggle, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to embrace this challenge and do this homework assignment. It could be fun. So I began going through photo albums and boxes and bins of photographs, many, of course, which have not been placed in albums yet, brand new albums up there on the shelf. So that's another project to put on the list. But it's been so many, many years of running at such a fast pace. I really haven't thought about so many of these memories within the framework of this homework assignment. So digging through, I found certain photos, put them in a pile, and really did have a good time going back through all of the memories and the nostalgia. And it brought back to the forefront many of those 12-year-old little girl dreams. What did I want to be when I grew up? Well, veterinarian, fashion designer, teacher, librarian, store owner, actress, dancer, cowgirl, trapeze artist. And of course, I would play real estate in the basement of my father's real estate office. So now all of a sudden I am challenged with sorting out that cluster of wide-eyed dreams and seemingly really unassociated occupations or ideas to pinpoint one. Seriously, yikes. How do you do that? So to this day, I, again, truly don't think I ever stopped to review or reflect in that rearview mirror to really decipher or drill down what did I want to be when I grew up. I honestly never thought about it in that frame of mind. So once again, thank you, Claudia. I hope, but really it was. It's been an interesting exercise. And when I have been asked in the past the same type of questions, my instinctive recollections didn't always feel positive. I am a confident person, but I never really felt I had maybe the one answer you're supposed to shout out or the definite decision of what you want it to be when you grow up. And I think I always felt self-conscious about that, or that I was foolish for not knowing, or I would be judged. So it always really saddened me whenever I would hear that question. So why am I hanging on to that weight, right? What gives? So I like to share that while I don't always feel like I had the luck of having those dreams or vision for my future, I don't think I was ever really goal oriented or truly disciplined in playing group sports and things like that. I know I didn't have a direction or a roadmap or really dreams to pursue. And then moving into early adulthood, because of my choices and decisions, owning that now, of course, sometimes I was more in a survival mode, or in times making it rather difficult for myself and my family. So I guess I just quit looking in the rearview mirror. Those times maybe weren't always rosy reflections, or being in the place of having the luxury of dreaming at that point. But what I do realize now is it's a long road of self discovery, and I am all the better for it. And so let's talk through a little bit about that. So, as I share all of these thoughts with you, and if you ask me today for a one word reply of what do I want to be when I grow up, or what am I now, or I don't think I have a formal word, a title, or a snappy elevator pitch to throw your way, even though I've tried that and it just doesn't work for me. It just doesn't feel genuine, because, again, I don't think I can pull it down to earth and put it on a resume with a specific title. I'll tell you that I'm not lost, but I'm definitely not found either. And I think that's okay. I feel I'm just getting started, just hitting that groove of going through the paying life's tuition, and having the journey that I've had, so I can now bring so much of that with a vast array of experience and exposure to so many different unique elements, that if I would have had a roadmap, I wouldn't have had that, I think, rich experience to pass on. Um, Versatility is the name of the game. So after sifting through so many of these old tattered photo albums, I did see two trends that stuck out. There's others, but the two that really stuck out is a lot of smiling and laughing. And that made me a little sad, as well as it made me a little happy. Um, because my children will, sometimes they call me the fun killer, because I'm a little strict. But at the same time, I used to laugh a lot and smile a lot. And sometimes over the last, maybe, I don't know, 10, 12 years, 15, I don't know, I didn't see myself outwardly just having a riot. So that was important to see that. And then the other one is marching to my own beat and doing it my way. And maybe that was frowned upon in certain times. Maybe it was encouraged, all of the above. I have to feel that it was probably encouraged, and supported in some aspects, but not all. So what I really cherished is I came across one of the photos that is really a shining example, if you will, of that. And the example of that is a photo of me riding on my hobby horse, but not in the saddle, but on his head. So there you go, doing it my way. So the gift of looking back has really helped me to see that not only have I grown, but it's really reminded me of that youthful little girl and doing it your way. And it's okay back then to explore and do it your way and try it out. And it may work, it may not work. I might have not known what my true calling was. I still don't know what my true calling was. And I couldn't, again, like I said, put it on a catchy profile headline. But But what I do know for a fact is what I've learned along the way about myself, about life, and some common threads woven within all of those dreamy childhood aspirations has really formed the silhouette of success. And what I'm now embracing is I'm all of those things. Think about your childhood dreams. Get out your journal, pull out the keyboard, start taking notes, start reflecting back and dig in. Do the homework assignment. Again, this isn't a challenge of looking back in the rearview mirror as I think I first approached it, but take a look and do it. Claudia suggested it really was a fun exercise to see if there were common denominators and see what qualities, characteristics, traits, talents did you carry through and did you bring? And maybe were there a couple that you left behind and maybe pull those back in too. So the homework assignment again is what did I want to be when I look back at the age of maybe 11 to 13? What childhood dreams did you have? What did you want to be when you grew up? Before all those other crazy things came our way as, youthful and adults, fear and responsibility and poor decisions, good decisions. Did you follow your course? So again, some things I learned is I know I am a super keen observer with street grit. I have a flair for the fancy. I can shop from Goodwill to Neiman Marcus with a lot of Burlington Coat Factory. It's Burlington now, but mixed in between. I enjoy connecting people. I thrive on watching them succeed from backstage. I don't want the spotlight. I can fly high in the face of adversity while wearing stilettos, and inefficiency is like nails on the chalkboard to me. My Coach Julie, has recently I think we're going on maybe 6 or 7 years together. She is my real estate coach, and their personality types. And there's 4 of them that Mike Ferry organization, and Mike, shares those. We have to fall within one of those 4. And for the longest time, I was miscategorizing myself. And so she and I, over the course of our working together, have figured out that I'm analytical, right? Scary. Only really super smart, good people that are good at math and all those things are analytical, but I am analytical. I love a good process and systems in place and organization. And so there you go. Anyways, getting back, horses are a dream of mine yet to come true. So for now, I'll sponsor and donate. I negotiate with world-class sophistication and confidence. I'm paying life's tuition with continued formal education, and I find that very paramount in my professional life, and I enjoy it. Versatility does come natural to me, and I'm confident in my roles and lessons yet to learn in life, and I'm humbled by all of life's opportunities that come our way, that come my way, and I embrace those 100%. So reflecting back, yes, I guess I became a veterinarian of sorts, fashion designer, teacher, librarian, store owner, actress, dancer, cowgirl, and trapeze artist, and of course, real estate agent. So many of those things have such common skill sets that I have carried throughout. And so I'm very tickled to look back and see that. I know I'm a hard worker, a fighter with a fierce passion for those in my world and what I believe in. And I'm sure you are too. I've realized that I must do it and do it my way to see it through to the end, failure or success, and I own it all equally. Chase those dreams. Do not let anybody, any naysayer, pull you back. If I pulled out my journals to search through the passages and all the times where I've captured quotes or comments of the naysayers, I know there would be many. That would be more of a negative exercise that I'm not going to embrace right now. But they all would have some things in common. And so what I have found and decided to have a firm belief in is that for the most part, those thoughts, quotes, or comments were either shared out of fear for my possible future failures, perhaps a protective stance, or really their inability to appreciate my vision. But either way, it's my goal, dream, and vision. So I must press on, and I encourage you to do the same. When you have a goal or dream or vision, the bigger it is, the more they don't understand it, the more you better chase it. So note on that. Note the feedback, embrace that they're sharing it with you, but do not dwell or let it stop you. And it's usually by those closest to us that'll push back or challenge us on that vision, and that's okay to a certain point. Sometimes it's those we're acquainted with that give unsolicited feedback, um, share the possible negative outcomes that they're playing through in their head, and that's okay too, to a certain point. And I have to believe that I know I'm, of course, obviously human. And so I know I have been that person to others as a mother, a wife, a sister, a friend, coworker, neighbor. And I say that sometimes for me, and I can see some of those moments in my head when I have been that person, whether it was an instinctive reaction to what they were sharing. Sometimes maybe it was out of jealousy, honestly, or fear, of course. But I'm flawed. And so, however, when that happens coming from my mouth, I hope in those moments I'm going to catch myself and shut it. Or when I do realize the faux pas of that, that I reach out immediately and make amends because, there's nobody wants to hear that. You want to support. Of course, if it's out of health or legal or, you want to make your point known and support them in any other possibility of that positive. So wrapping up today, the goal in sharing this with you is just to encourage you to do it your way. There's many things that I have embarked on, and you have to have a solid support team to reach some of those crazy goals. Again, there's things recently that I could tell you. I have a unique real estate business concept, and I tell you what, people shared all of their reasons why I shouldn't do it and all of their concerns, but it didn't matter because I knew that it was unique enough. It was me. It's what I needed to do for my business, and it's been fantastic. I will also say that, in my industry, becoming just an individual broker, while people were trying to recruit me as a management was trying to recruit me, they were giving me such negative feedback on why would I want to go out on my own. And I'm thinking, well, why would I want to come to you with the negative feedback? So remember, people are always going to share their feedback, whether it's solicited or unsolicited, positive or negative, but just remember to do it your way. Follow your vision as far as you can to chase down your dreams and those goals. So again, we can always appreciate the wonders and whimsy throughout those experiences, the choice of living an integritous life and choosing thoughtfully and choosing kindness and all of those things. But life is real, and it's not always going to be rosy when you look back in that rearview mirror or when you embrace the things that you're going to come across in challenges and hurdles along your way while you are chasing those goals and dreams. But remember, don't give up. You've had the vision, you've had the goal, you've had the dream. There's something there. So I want you to feel supported and embrace that. You are not alone. You are not the same youthful child that you were. You are a person with all sorts of things that have come in between along the milestones of your journey and your silhouette of success story. And all of those things have an impact. Nothing is wasted. Something there is something you can use today. So don't lose sight of some of the zest you may have felt as a child, the laughter and fun. Get it back. Embrace you, embrace all of you. Begin to infuse a little bit more of the whimsy back into your life if you need to, raising my hand. And I sincerely wish you tremendous, joyous success, Silhouette. And I will be right here backstage cheering you on. Share your thoughts, your story, and lessons learned with all of us because it's about collaboration, and we are here for you to help support you with intentional inspiration to get you one step closer to your goals and dreams. And then you get to pass on the light to illuminate another's silhouette of success.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Silhouettes of Success podcast. If you enjoyed the show, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out and join us for all the new episodes. We are here for you and with you. We encourage you to share this podcast on all your socials and pass on the light to help illuminate another silhouette of success. Amber would love to hear from you, and you can find her on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, or head over to amberweitzer.com. Let's connect. Help us all shine and leave us a review too. To find out the latest ways to inspire your heart, ignite your mind, and gain actionable insights, subscribe at amberweitzer.com. We are honored, humbled, and full of joy that you've tuned in. Remember, you are exactly where you need to be, right here with us. This is the Amber Weitzer Podcast, Silhouettes of Success.